So today we're going to talk about how to set up translation monitors or two TVs or two projection screens. I'll show you how to get this set up. This will be in this browser experience, but it'll work almost identically. You just extend your displays so that your screen on those two separate displays. So first, we'll go into the stage view, and this is our central view here. So you can see a list of all the stages that you have, and then we'll go into the stage view that we're trying to record on. So as you can see, it's already set up. I'm going to be demoing the Vietnamese translations and also the primary screen insights as well. So what I'll first do is I'll click Start Listening, and this is going to start listening on the current session. Then after that, we'll click Open Screen to project, and it'll open up a new browser window. But for the demo sake, I'm going to open it up in this browser. You can see here, right after you start the session, it starts to listen for the first round of insights that it'll select. In a moment, I'll start a recording of a speech from Simon Sinek based off of what we've just discussed, in addition to the recording that I. For now, let's go over and start the translations as well, so you can see those in real time for the transcript. So I'll click this. This is our secondary screen experience. And so a normal attendee can actually access this also in real time. You'll see the same insights, but if you want the transcript, you'll have to open up this CC button and then click on the expand button here. And then after a second, it'll start transcribing. It's normally around 2 to 3 seconds delayed. So it just collected what I was saying, and then now it's transcribed everything. I've just set it to Vietnamese, but by default it is in English, and you have the language selector right here. You could keep this up the entire event and have it just transcribe for you as it normally would. For now, I'll just play Simon Sinek, and he's specifically talking about his famous How Great Leaders Inspire Action TED Talk from.
How do you explain when things don't go as we assume? Or better, how do you explain when others are able to achieve things that seem to defy all of the assumptions? For example, innovative than all their competition, and yet they're just a computer company. They're just like everyone else. They have the same access to the same talent, the same agencies, the same consultants, the same media. Then why is it that they seem to have something different? Why is it that Martin Luther King led the civil rights movement? And he certainly wasn't the only great orator of the day. Why him? And why is it that the Wright brothers were able to figure out controlled powered man flight when there were certainly other teams who were better qualified, better funded, and they didn't achieve powered man flight? The Wright brothers beat them to it. There's something else at play here. About 3.5 years ago, I made a discovery. And this discovery profoundly changed as it turns out. There's a pattern. As it turns out, all the great and inspiring leaders and organizations in the world, whether it's Apple or Martin Luther King or the Wright brothers, they all think, act, and communicate the exact same way. And it's the complete opposite to everyone else. All I did was codify it. And it's probably the world's simplest idea. I call it the golden circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean, what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. Most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done. That's how most sales is done. Personally, we say what we do. We say how we're different or how better, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. Here's clients. We have, we always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains.
So I hope that was helpful in illustrating how we translate both insights and translations into many different languages. This is specifically Vietnamese that we're looking at, but we support many other languages as well. Thank you so much.